the institutions, the experts won't pay the public enough credit and won't give them enough credit and respect their intelligence by giving them, a sufficiently detailed and nuanced account that truly respects their intelligence.
Well, a lot of the public doesn't have that much intelligence, right? Remember, the average person in the United States, England, right, Australia has an average IQ around 97, 98, right? A 97 IQ can't assimilate and use a great deal of nuance.
And also they lie all the time and are completely captured by various nefarious interests. So these techniques really are all about carving out their own legitimacy, because who do you turn to when there's no one else out there who can or is willing to tell you the truth?
Douglas Murray has an accent, which is an upper-class British accent.
Right. So what people like Douglas Murray and Eric Weinstein are engaged in is epistemic sabotage. They want to reduce the competing sources of information to elevate their own status. They want to tell you, all the institutions are corrupt. You can't trust them. But yeah, you can trust my long-form podcasts with, people who have the same worldview that I do.
That, that's the prototypical accent associated with intelligence and
education.
Yeah, and education. So, I'm not just engaging in anti-British sentiment or the well-trodden ground of Anglo-Irish relations here, but I definitely think it does a lot of work that Murray sounds so well-spoken and educated, even when he's making a really bad point. So let me just illustrate this. Still on the subject of coronavirus, here's Douglas talking about how he worked out that maybe the virus isn't as serious as we were told.
I had friends at the beginning of the virus, who got it. A friend of mine is 94 who got it, and I just thought, oh hell. And after a couple of weeks, she called me back and told she was better.
Yeah.
And then that was one of the ones for me that made me think, oh, that's interesting, because if it was what we thought it was, that wouldn't be possible.
So okay, before we talk about the accent, this is
what the accent is saying is what's important. But go ahead.
Like that last phrase when he says, "Oh, that's interesting." It's. I think sometimes they are explicit, but most of the time, it's just constantly hinting that it's all a lie. That we're not being told the truth. It's actually not that serious.
Right. This is the typical epistemics of populism, and I do agree with populism much of the time. But populist epistemics, they value, firsthand experiences, and they think there's something fascinating or important with this one anecdote of a 94-year-old person who caught COVID and then got over it in 2 weeks. 94-year-old person who caught COVID and then got over it in 2 weeks. Therefore, COVID isn't that big of a deal. Right? That's really shoddy reasoning.